And now we gotta see if the cam got anything done on it or not. I guess we'll get on the stand up on the counter device, right? Okay, this is the cam here reason, right? Please, Goody. Almost looks like it's new or something. Don't go too far without. Might need that still. Oh, that's a tool.
Exactly.
It's not just an old piece of shit laying around. It does two things. It does this job, and it also covers up that big cutter over there.
That's a big cutter.
So you don't nick the cutter, and people aren't over there finger fucking it because they see something weird on the floor. When you walk by, it doesn't put holes in your legs.
Mm-hmm.
That's more important.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It does tend to bite you, cutter sticking out.
Especially that size.
Yeah, it's heavy enough it doesn't really move too much when your leg goes against it.
Mm-hmm. The skin does?
Yeah, the skin does. Cutter doesn't. Way out around. Got a little scratch in there. It's two scratches. One there, see them? They're deep too, look at that.
Jeez. This cover's taking a hiding.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
That's where the brake lever goes.
It's fine, it's covered.
Nice and shiny. Damn. Never seen a bushing get almost 100% clean. That looks like almost 100% all the way around. Damn. Let me blow it off. These are the big little eyebrows in there. Seen eyebrows like this where it cuts only in a couple areas. And everything else doesn't cut. See, I can see it cut here.
Mm-hmm.
For like about 100 thou max, and then nothing. You can see what kind of smudged there. It didn't cut, it just kind of hit. And nothing else hit. Oh, right here in the dowel. Right there where they put the pin there, it hit right there. That was it. That's how much contact is that?
Right.
It's about 1%. Let's see, this bushing cleaned all the way around the whole thing. I never had one do like that before. There's always some kind of a misalignment. Alright, let's see if this goes in there now. Oh, what a shocker. Didn't quite go in. There, and might be a little snug.
Yeah, a little.
That might stick.
Yeah. Might have some clearance issues.
Yeah, that might have some issues. So we're going to have to go bigger than that. So we got to go up at least a thou on that one, a minimum. Alright, so now we know where we're at. Let's put all this junk back in here and do it again. I think it's a screw. Covering it up. Screw it on the damn level. Jeez. There. I can't tell if it's tight or it's tight. I know the threads are tight, I just know if the cover's tight. That one's tight. Takes a while to do all these. Normally I use about half the screws, but
Just because there's so much play in this cover.
yeah, well, something's gonna have to do the lining because it's sure than anything else. I don't know if it repeats either. That's the next problem. If you tighten them up all the same way, maybe it'll repeat. Hopefully. The easy one. Yeah, the last two are easy. Okay. So this one is adjustable. So we can tighten it, loosen it, whatever we want it to be. So right now, it's going to cut. And the mic go to the leg. So we're going to measure this, and measure the reamer. And it needs to be bigger than this. So this is a couple tenths bigger than it should be. It's a little on the oversize. Let's give you snoring. This one's right on 13. This is 2 tenths less, maybe 3 tenths less. Maybe 3 tenths. We got 3 tenths clearance. Might be a little tight. We don't know if it's going to cut oversize or not, but I don't think it usually does. Damn. See one of these over here. Not that one. That one's too small. This one. There we go. Good cut. Look how much I went. A couple more tenths maybe in there. Okay. Alright, we're going to go with that. Let's see how much it really cuts. We can fluid it. Everything over here.
Yeah.
Is somebody over in the lathe or something? What's going on? Don't steal my cover now. Mine's genuine.
That's just checking the play.
So
Very tight.
well, that's not that damn import crap there. That's the real deal. Yeah, the race bike stuff, we use real parts. And that fake stuff. Can you see the high spot and low spots in that thing? The outer lip is tight and everything else is loose.
Yeah.
I think we have to do this one more time, but I'd rather sneak up on the clearances and make it real big. So it should give us about 5 tenths clearance. How about that? Which is pretty tight.
What are we going for?
Usually 3/4 to 1 thou and give you enough clearance to not gall up and stick, but if there's any binding it will stick.
Mm-hmm.
So tight. If you give a 2 thou clearance, it'll be really, really loose, but it won't stick.
Right. But too loose.
That's where you start getting
And chattering.
all that concrete grinding noise inside your motor. That some of the little motors sound like they're eating themselves to pieces. That's it. It's the gear teeth.
Right.
Yeah, it's all these teeth are just rattling away on each other and just sound horrible. So getting the clearance way up in there and they start making noise. So now we actually cut some material there all around, see? See the low spot's way down. They will hold down, see it's not cut. But most of all this other stuff, it looks like it did cut. It gets kind of a crosshatch mark if I'm using the reamer up and down.
Okay, so this is from going in and out.
Yeah. That also gives you places for the oil to get in there, because it can work with the crosshatch. It can actually work in there a little bit.
Okay.
At least that's my theory. Okay, that's right on the tight side, see? See, it's got a little clearance. You can hear it. So it's right there where you want it to be. So if that's free, we're right on the money. That's why I didn't give it a bunch of extra clearance.
Sure.
Every quarter thou makes a big difference.
Almost feels like it has a little tight spot.
Maybe. I don't see your thrust washers for that. It's my mock-up gasket. It could be yours though. Nah, tight spot. Might have some grit in there because I didn't clean it. Goes on there. That's not a good sign. It's gonna lose. No ink play. Too thick. 70 thou, that's why. Wait, put that thick washer in there. You ever worn out cover before? So 50 is the normal stock size. 50. That's 20 down from what you had. There's no oil in anything, everything's dry. So that means you have maximum binding. Good clearance. Is that too much for you? Five. So we do multiple things when we're checking stuff. Checking your bushing clearances, you might as well do your in place too, while you're at it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in here. Come on. Doesn't like going down, does it? Ooh. Clearance.
From 5,000 difference?
Cover wasn't down all the way, or bushing's
Oh, right.
different. I don't know. Something's different. It was more than, I had a lot more than 5 thou, but. We already got 0. See, it's going right down. It sure sounded like it had about 15 thou in play to me. The 5 took it all out. I don't suppose somebody mixed up my washers on me, do you?
Potentially.
Yeah, it's a 60, not a 55. Does that make a difference?
Yes.
Not much difference. 56. I'll go back to my 50. I like the way the 50 sounded. We can always check it with a feeler gauge and see what it really is. But sometimes the chamfers in here get tight on the cover. But see, these have big chamfers in there, so that shouldn't be a problem. We're not binding up right here. See, it's not hitting on that. I've had that happen. So it seems like everything's all right. But it definitely did not like that 58 thou washer in there. It's binding out. Definitely bound up with something. Something is binding. And then it's clear. There it's back. See? It's got in play. It's something else is binding. So we got in play, but right there we bind up. So in that spot right there, we're hitting on something. Ah! See the cam? Good there. Hitting right there. High lift cam. Look how close it is on that thing. It's right in there. All right. See the mark? So that's why we didn't have the in play. Okay, so we're gonna have to bore out the case right here a little bit. It's hitting more on the back side than the other front side, so it's not concentric. The cutaway here is not concentric to your bearing hole.
Okay.
Alright, so that's why the washer locked up. It wasn't the washer, it was the cam. The case. So now you're working some more stuff. Alright, we'll be back.